Hi, I'm Gary Westby, K&L Wine Merchants Champagne buyer, and I'm here today to talk to you about perhaps my favorite, most exotic special occasion champagne that we carry and that I've had, the Ariston Aspasie Cépage d'Antan. It is a piece of champagne history. The name means the grapes of the past, and back at the turn of the last century, when phylloxera ravaged Champagne, there were a number of varieties that went almost extinct as a result. And this was a political extinction because it was a choice by the government not to subsidize the replanting of some of these indigenous varietals. A good decision at the time, because the varietals that we're talking about are late harvesting. They harvest about 10 days after everything else is done, which is very difficult in a place so far north, or at least has been until recently with global warming really shortening the season in Champagne. The varieties that I'm talking about are Arbonne and Petit Melier, indigenous to the Champagne region, and this is 40% Arbonne, 40% Petit Melier. The balance is Pinot Blanc, 20% Pinot Blanc. This wine comes from a 16-year-old vineyard, so recent plantation on the Ariston's property in the little village of Brouillet, which is in the far northwest corner of Champagne, and is tiny. It's 16 Rs, or about 1/3 of an acre of a vineyard. So in the years where they do make this wine, it's only 800 bottles, 1,000 bottles, just minuscule tiny production, but extremely exciting wine. The Ariston's vineyard is a special one, and I've had many opportunities to visit and take walks around the vineyard. One spring, when we were looking at some hail damage that had unfortunately been inflicted on their vineyards, we were out there for only 15 or 20 minutes, and I found all these fossils here. This area used to be it used to be under the ocean 300 million years ago, and the chalk here is really pure, and it's incredible to find all of these 300 million year old seashells in their fossilized forms just littering the vineyard. If you went and visited them, they have a great bed and breakfast. You could no doubt take a few of these home yourself. But let's get into this and have a taste of it. So Paul Vincent Ariston, who makes this wine, loves to call it the wine for squirrels. Arbonne and Petit Melier are famously high acid varieties. And while this wine is made from 3 varieties that one hardly ever encounters in Champagne, it really is quite surprising how the first thing that strikes me about this wine is just the quality of it, rather than its exoticism, which is certainly there. But I find that the exotic elements of the wine come out a lot more on the second glass, and to me, that's what makes it such a value. Even though it is an expensive bottle of champagne, it just has a lot to give over the course of an evening. Having a smell, the minerality is very impressive on the wine. It has some very high-toned fruit character to it. I wouldn't describe this as a toasty wine by any means. It's definitely a lot more of a direct style of champagne. Yeah, it's pretty much unspittable stuff with fabulous layers of flavor without a hint of obviousness. Just everything where it should be. Beautiful. I hope you'll try it. I hope you enjoy it as much as I have. Cheers.